Malta's most air-conditioned, most televised, bestest, favoritist, most superlative open mic. Very excited to see in the crowd tonight some familiar faces, some old faces. Our feature, Rusty Barnes, super happy to have you here today. How's everybody feeling? Good stuff. First up on the open mic, we are going to have the man who makes sure that we all can be heard. Everybody, please, big round of applause for Jeff Taylor.
So I've been combating writer's block by now I'm just going to write whatever comes to my mind, whether I think it's good or not. I don't care. I'm just going to continue writing them. Maybe one of them will stick, you know. All right, so here's one of those poems. Therapy has made me realize I'm terrible at life. I never run out of fountains to jump in, fumbling across a galaxy. Oh wait, hold on. That was the wrong version. Sorry. Retake. Doing it live, right? I told you it might not be good, so that's just further proof. Therapy has made me realize I'm terrible at life. I never run out of fountains to jump in, fumbling across a galaxy of struggle buses, acting their way through dogfight after dogfight. I'll never be the most reliable voice in your wallet, but I'll never stop discovering new methods of driving my struggle bus. I'll never stop stretching the limits of steel and rubber toward every road-worn wanderer at the Hippodrome. I'll be building tree forts at the rendezvous when you hit escape velocity, swinging a bong and a hammer, singing revolution with a pocket full of second chances. We'll inhale and inhale, taking hit after hit, letting small fire after small fire until our personal tragedies smolder to ash. We'll hold the world in our lungs until we learn to breathe through the burning. Release what's left in the smoke back to the air, watching the world rebuild itself in the wind. Maybe this time we won't choke. Don't hold your breath. I'm terrible at life. So it's going to be Rusty Barnes is our feature tonight. Big welcome to Rusty. He's the author of story collections, Breaking It Down, in Sunnyoutside Press, Mostly Redneck, also from Sunnyoutside Press, Kraj the Enforcer, stories from Shotgun Honey Down&Out Books, Half Crime from Redneck Press, as well as 4 novels. His poetry collections include I Am Not Ariel, On Broad Sound, and Jesus in the Ghost Room. Recent Poems is due out August of 2024. He founded and edits Tough, a journal of crime fiction and occasional reviews with his wife, the poet Heather Sullivan. Hello, Heather. He edits Live Nude Poems, a poetry journal. That sounds like the kind of poetry journal I need to read more of. He lives in Revere, Mass. Of course he lives in Revere with Live Nude Poems. Why wouldn't he? You can find him on social media at Rusty Barnes 23. So please give a big warm welcome to Rusty Barnes.
Nice. Thank you all for having me come here. These first few poems are going to be from a book called Dear So-and-So. And they started out as sort of off sonnets based on the work of Ted Berrigan, which I admire a good deal. And what it eventually turned into was a ways and means of me talking with people who would otherwise not talk to me. First is called Blood Prayer. Dear So-and-So, breath is to touch as fist is to hit. What I mean is not so clear to explain. Take the long piece of string tied to an index finger, attach it to your careful heart, all ventricle and valve and thump. Watch as tremors shake the string, runnels of blood whirring down the thread to the finger's tip and on to cup in the palm of the hand, where the red, gently blown aside, reveals the headline and the heart line in the simian crease. Say it with me. Oh, please pray, oh blood and breath. This one is called The Deep Dark Ditch of Love, or What a Woman Says That She Doesn't Mean. Dear So-and-so, it's low to the ground, and your fat fingers grease up to it like a fried chicken, a handful of slim rocks, the smell of diesel on the backs of your wrists tied to the bedposts as I ride 'em cowboy into the wake of pleasure. There's no one here to hear you grunt as I burn the hairs from your arms with my lust and saddle your back for dreams. What you said to me last night is a scintilla of blue on the pale horizon, the strapped back hit of 1,000 needles awaiting, the rack of clouds. What do you got? 3 or 4 more?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Sorry about that. Vegetable love. Dear So-and-so, at wholesale prices, my love might be worth $5 or a fat cracker. Stop teasing. Break down the ways I refuse to become a reasonably rational adult. When the great cloud-bound arbiter rips up our contract and separates our mutual needs, what will yours say? I needed him like rocks needed to be smelted into ore. I needed love. What you got, I'll admit, was a little less like that, more like a matter of give or take and no give. 40 million years in purgatory for the sin of saying the unsayable. I'll settle this now. We loved body to body like leaves, the wind always waving us goodbye, or hello. Yes, hello. Yes, love. Yes. Love poem. Dear So-and-so, I love your dark mind, the garden in your thoughts where snapdragons bloom hard at the crest of the cerebral cortex. Curve your hand around the dirty trowel. Dig in the soft ground for the ends of worms, stone and offal, thick clot of root and germ. The soil rich, black like a turd in your hand. Force it like clay through your fingers. It's no longer a fine and private place you have. I've written it all out now here. They all know your mind now. The way it looks in there. How you act. What it means for this verse of mine. There's a beat before a poem dies. Listen hard and you'll notice it here. Insomniac toothache. Dear So-and-so, there's a tick of light underneath your lids where love refuses to live. Outside, the guns call from the closet. I think they sing for me. Streetlights call for blackout. The devil lisps when he talks. Forward-thinking air travelers always carry Benadryl, and under the street is a tomb. Oh yes, I have a diagnosis. It's called being alive. Couple more?
Yeah.
Okay. The next portion of these come from my recent chapbook, Apocalypse in A Minor. Obituary of the Living. The Duncan is flush with neon backlit displays and 18-hour pastry, which I mean, take a step back. Choose cold brew this time instead of the extra extra, because nothing is ever permanent, and the scars you wear now will catapult across your face when you die and render as bad video in the TV sets of Aliens near Alpha Centauri, and like VJs on old MTV will show up in the background feed of everything you ever tried to escape, written across the irises behind eyelids that never close, but nictitate longingly, like the godly serpent held aloft in Pentecostal rebuke. You raise the snake who are without sin. Take the strychnine from your brother's bottle and drink. Let the strength of your illusions coalesce, and remember where you are, about 800 miles from salvation, and about to order a damn skinny latte, to wash away your sins in caffeine and sugar, and to see devils come up through the coffee urn and possess you. Bless them too, Father, who is not there, for they know not what they do, or what they can do, or how they do. Bless then, Lord, the people who watch over us, the helpmeets and preacher men who tell us we are loved, even as we order coffee and die. On the same theme, this is the title poem for the collection, Apocalypse in A Minor. I'm Fetsima and Cloudbursts, Olanzapine and Latuda and Clonopin oh my, for those hard to rough out moments that come 4 or 5 panic times a day, the apocalypse horseman in the third wave, where only my dreams remain untrammeled. I am a weapon of awesome consumption, a prickly-eared wombat, all keen-edged nerves and social hypocrisy. I regret all my actions. They cause only pain. My credit is maxed and my friends are few. I need to lock the Clonopin up like common criminals, because I will swallow those in pursuit of the light at the end of the tunnel, which proves not to be a train after all, but God who sits off your right shoulder all day cursing you, downhill into an afterlife that smells of raw sewage and dated lust, where the only thing that can keep you down is the palm of the pill and the swallow of water, forever and ever. Amen. One more. The poets observe. Everywhere Jack Spicer goes, rumbles erupt and similes pull up their sear pants and flick open switchblades. The ghost of Dr. Williams looks askance as one more poet strips adjectives like paper and paints the poem primer white. Pound mutters into his collar and regrets everything he said to Williams, but specifically doubles down on the fascism, Trump style. Creeley would write a missive condemning the entire goddamn thing and borrow $5 from Blackburn to buy a used book. Lorene Nideker's Astor's striptease in the garden, while the lady herself composes a short ode to the broad lake. I will wrestle these words into submission with pastry from Casablanca and my right hand tucked in the front of my pants, freaky styly like Al Bundy, no holds barred. If the poem whips out a triangle choke, I'll tap out bitch style on its massive forearm.
Thank you, Rusty. That was amazing. Everybody should check out his work. Remember, pay the artists. We're all starving out here, I know, but let's try to starve together, shall we? Next up, on the open mic, we have Michael McAfee. Come on up, first time. McAfee. Oh, I knew we were going to do this. Anyway, come on up.
Good evening, everybody. All right, so what you need to know about this poem is it came from a writing prompt session, and the writing prompt was a two-parter. One, you got like a theme or a place or general imagery, and then you had like a trick, a limitation, something that you had to work into the poetry. So for this one, the theme, the place would be a library, and the trick was I couldn't use the letter R. So this is called Donde está la biblioteca? I am looking to find a place that collects books and puts them on shelves, but I do not know the language. I don't have the lingo. I am unable to say what needs to be said. So many modes of thought that I can't simply fling out of my mouth like I do at home. I am lost, and I don't mean spatially. My cognition is alien when I am among aliens. I am a genius back in my nation. I am an idiot in this land. And in a vicious loop of illogic, to ask how to get to the place of meanings, I would have to have access to a book that can only be found in the place of meanings. And I don't know how to ask how. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Everybody, that was Michael's first time on the mic. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Next up, we have somebody who has definitely been here once or twice or many, many times. Everybody, please, warm welcome to Andrea Donna.
I feel exposed without the podium, and hopefully that's the last name change in a while. We'll see. This is called Early Days Near Midnight. Happily, I was able to use the letter R. Music slides across our second-story windows, tucked behind which, in the soft gray of our room, we curl together around a corner from the sky. There go Dopplered synths, unaccompanied by the churr of a car, but fast, heading home or nowhere in the chilly night. We try to narrow down the possibilities. What ghosted by under the window? What now recedes into the low fog of lesser moons? Tomorrow, the neighbor's children will shriek through the wall again. The whole world returned.
Thank you. Next up, we have Ilan, who may be reading, maybe not. You circled yes on the sign-in sheet. Well, then I misread the sign-in sheet, and I'm a bad person. Guess what? Okay, if we're not doing that, then Chris, I need you to come out of the air-conditioned cocoon and hop up on the stage. Everybody, please put your hands together for the man who makes sure the camera's all running. Chris Hickey.
Thank you, Anna. Everybody's going to turn on me because I'm in the AC. Apologize for that. My poems aren't intentionally with ours dropped. So, Mike, great job, man. I loved it. You're welcome. This poem is a bit nostalgic, as I am. Independence. First part, once upon a time. An early arrival at 288 Bunker Hill Street for the 4th of July cookout. Bubba, our maternal grandfather, cleans the round grill top. June rusted remainders of crusted Kraft barbecue sauced chicken. A damp dish towel and an alien tool make busy until it is Marine Corps clean. On the kitchen table sits a large brown jug, which will hold Lipton iced tea once water is added to the powder. The scoop to get the powder makes a scratchy sound. 8 scoops, 9 scoops, 9. Our father preps the grill for cooking once all the components are inspected. He seems like Hercules grabbing the grill by the tripod base and twirling it in measured flourishes, carefully wrapping the grill reservoir with aluminum foil to contain the Kingsford charcoal briquettes. Once all the preparations are made, the coal can be loudly nuggeted into the bowl and charcoal lighter fluid added. Large wooden matches are like wizard wands, striking explosions and teasing Dancy before the flame appears over the charcoals, as if Prometheus himself touched them. Couldn't eat until the goodies were cooked, and couldn't cook until the charcoals burned white. Hours later, with bellies full, would walk up the hill to Sawyer's lot. The fireworks would happen around 10-ish. Lawn cheers, portable transistor radios, kids on daddy's shoulders, vendors selling glow sticks, all made a scene. Arthur Fiedler and John Williams did their best to add sonic emotions. Then we'd go home and dream of glowing charcoals and exploding shells on the Boston horizon.
Thank you, Chris, both for the poetry and for saving my bet, as I inevitably mess up what I'm doing over here. Next up on the open mic, he literally just wrote down how to pronounce his last name, so I'm hoping I'm reading this right. Everybody, please put your hands together for Tim Gager?
Hey, I'm gonna read the intro to a novel. It's less than 3 minutes, and it deals a novel that's looking for a publisher, deals with the gun issue in the United States. Shots do not ring out, they pop. Whoever says ring out has never has been in an outdoor area with gunfire raging, where you're cursing God for the unfortunate location you are in. If you describe gunfire ringing out, you are a bad poet, songwriter, or newscaster. Anyone who knows anything about the sound of gunfire will describe it as a pop, like small fireworks, during the exact moment your mind tries to determine what exactly it hears. Most of the time, the mind is busy with denial, convinced it is fireworks, some kids involved in a prank. That denial is quickly overruled. For why would there be screaming if it's just a string of firecrackers the size of a pack of cigarettes? Pop, pop, pop. Once you've adjusted for denial, you quickly scan the location looking for a shooter. You tell yourself a shooter will be wearing military garb, perhaps black in color, definitely wearing heavy bulletproof vest. The shooter would be dressed the exact same way a member of a SWAT team would when defending people from a cold-blooded killer with a semi-automatic. Then you see him, because your mind has tricked you again. He's just wearing a light t-shirt and jeans with a well-worn fatigue pattern hat. You think if you must describe him later, it is a false memory of a Los Angeles Dodgers, Kansas City Royals, or New York Mets. You're the only person within 500 yards, as there's not a parting of a red sea of people falling like bowling pins between you and him. Not yet, and even so, they might not see him. The other people are a distance away, but they are not safe. Now he opens fire. Pop, pop, pop. It's just your dumb luck that you're in this position, the one with you and him. Then you think, what happens if he turns around and shoots you? Will it be quick? Will it hurt? Maybe it'll just blow your head off. But also, what happens if he does and you just don't give an F? I mean, life's not been all that good, so no harm. But foul? Definitely foul. Instead, your life flashing before your eyes, the thoughts are more concrete. You think you will not be missed. You've told yourself that so many times, right after you told yourself that it might be useful being hospitalized to adjust your mental health, but the depression and thoughts of negative self-worth will just pop up once more. They always do. You never act on it. It never changes, and nothing seems to help. People suggest you talk about it. What has always stopped you is those thoughts are so hard to explain to others. Just observe others having trouble after, say, a suicide. You remember a friend who did it 40 or so years ago, and now his 80-year-old parents are still trying to explain it. They're trying to find the answer, still trying to crack the case. You and a lone shooter. People are far away, but your main discomfort isn't him. It's the wind and cold drizzle. He's still not turning around, not seeing you as he walks toward Broadway shooting, bullets ricocheting off buildings, cars, and striking a few people at a distance, not knowing what hit them, the chaos beginning. You know you could escape, but you also know there's nothing left for you to lose, just your life, which is you check in again, it's the same thing as it was a minute ago. And the shooter is still 50 yards away, walking, and suddenly you find yourself running. The distance between you and the shooter seems to be halved in every step you take, like a runaway roller coaster descending from the utmost peak of a ride, never slowing down. Why are you doing this? You're now a stride away, and the shooter is still not turned to face you, and he will not pivot or fire off some rounds and kill you. It's not going to happen right now because he can't. You are upon him. You lower your head and bury your shoulder as hard as you can into the center of his t-shirt between his scapula, the semi-automatic weapon firing randomly before nose-diving muscle straight into the cement, the force from all this ejecting the gun away from him.
Thank you, Tim, and apologies for the name. Again, I am extremely human. Next up, I have Ethan listed on the mic, and before the show, Ethan handed me this piece of paper and said I have to read it, and Jeff has to stand on stage while I read it. I don't know what the joke is, but I hope you all are here for it. Oh, we're adjusting it live too. All right, get up here, Jeff. Get embarrassed.
Do I have to?
Yes, it's mandatory. Mandatory embarrassment. Oh, okay. We're lampshading it, I see. All right. Everybody, Jeff with the Yoda hat. All right. Ah, no. Give me the thing. I'm supposed to be making him embarrassed, not the other way around. All right. You don't get to stand there. There you go. All right.
All right, Jeff, arms folded, please.
Like this? Like I'm gonna smell my armpits afterwards?
All right. 792, grilled for the demanding line so long it curled around on the hot concrete. Only one could handle it with the poise in which it was, enduring the hot sun, the scorn of those not with him. 792 patties to be consumed, a stack of cheese at the ready. Was he ready? Indeed he was. Catsup, mustard, though no mayonnaise was to be found mere steps away. "792 reasons for this celebration. Slurpee like substance awaits at another booth. Stack of cheese at the ready. Will the line move slower? School, playground, softball field, talent contest. You know who should have been the victor? 792, that's who. Will they forget the day 792 were produced?" Will we forget? We mustn't. 792 is us. It's me. It's you. It burns within us at this very second. We need it. It needs us. It burns within us at this very second. Will future generations remember? Will they care? For now we have to relish, radiate. 792. 792. 792. 792. Everybody, big round of applause to Ethan. That was insane. Also to Jeff, who actually cooked, I believe it was 792 patties for the 4th of July. All right. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Nothing is broken. Nobody has broken a sweat, although it is very hot on the stage. Hey, Linda, do you want to go on the stage? Yeah, come on up. Everybody, please put your hands together for Linda, who was not sure she was going to read today.
So I'm here to practice having my voice heard. So I have no idea if this makes any sense. It's stream of thought. It's stream of consciousness, and I don't know if it makes sense or not, but here goes. I called it When Words Stopped. What happened to the words which flowed so smoothly through me. I get one line and then know not where to head, as though I run off a cliff, falling, falling, falling through centuries of time, with lifetimes flashing by me, with ancestors diving with me as I plunge deeper and deeper into the crevasse of time, not knowing who or how I change, as skins fly off and new ones grow. Hair from short to long to curly to flowing to baldness to baby soft. I am undone, decimated into a billion bits of energy going this way then that. I fall, fall, fall through centuries of history. I cannot stop. There is no end. I need to stop or slow, to bow my head, to touch the earth softly, to kneel in praise and cry to the sun as joy and life envelops me. I know not of what I speak of what I do not know. I travel heavy and light, always falling through to another time and space, another name in life, challenges changing, purpose the same, always to be, who no one else can be but me. Falling, falling, falling through space without time, through veils, from planets and stars, through branches and thorns, past the fragrance of flowers, as the fairies dance and the air sparkles. All things pulse with life. I cannot know what I am saying. I do not know from whence it comes. I only know I treasure the flow, and sense or not. I wish it to come in quiet, or to storm through me, but come, please, in abundance. Make yourself present, as I need you to know that I am alive. I need this river of words to come through me, to know that I live. How else might I recognize myself as being real?
So glad you decided to come up. Next up, we have from the wilds of New Hampshire. Please, very warm welcome to Kristen.
Greetings, everyone. Sorry we were late. We missed the feature. That's okay. I'm going to read a new poem that I'm working on, but I want to hear it out loud presently so that I can know where to go with it. All right. It's called Thank You, Pleasure's All Mine. Vorfreude, the sigh of waiting for a message back, picking them up from the airport, edging of my heart. Or innocuous, watching microwave lazy Susan leftover sag paneer, counting back seconds like it's 1999, ball dropping in 3, 2, 1. Too hot. Yearning, hidden in my shopping cart. Do not click checkout. They will not fit. But could you imagine if they did? In my dreams, where what I say is what I ought to say, where I smoke 2 packs a day and my teeth remain whiter than the state of New Hampshire, where I win several times over the Nathan's Famous International Hot Dog Eating Contest without ever taking a single goddamn bite. No risk. The only reward is dopamine shipped with free delivery. But you, pleasure, plucked and present, peach fuzz tickling lip sinking into soft bruises, supping on sugared spit pit in my tummy. You, pleasure, Tarzan raised by gorillas tight beat swinging from vines, riptide of leaves pulling us under in a tree-topped trust fall with no promises. Immediate. I am uncovered. Pleasure discovered.
We got work in progress. Up next, everyone, please batten down the hatches. Nail down everything that is not currently nailed down, and please remember to light the no vaping sign. It's Jeremiah.
Yo, is this the type of stage where at the tail end of my poem I can just smash my phone on the ground? You know, that's like the millennial version of a guitar. I was feeling a little levity tonight, so I'm gonna bring something with a little crowd interaction in. So I gotta ask y'all, what are poets known for? A, sad shit. B, somber shit. C, being melancholic. Or D, crying in public. Any answers from the crowd? Trick question. The answer is F, not reading poetry. A. Welcome to another round of Toxic Moon Poets, the highest rated obscurity network show where Earth's sorrows are polished and pumped full of booze and line breaks before they duke it out down and dirty to see who be sexiest draped in tragedy. But before we dig in, a word from our sponsors. Are you terrified of the blank page? Yo, y'all a lot braver than me, shit. Can't mute them red pen heart murmurs? Concerned with the sex your poem won't result in? Afraid of the sex it will? Don't worry, we see you. You're very, very valid. Crack open a smooth bottle of Bohemian. One sip and the pearl of wisdom that makes your life worth living will unfurl full moon bravado in your heart of hearts. 2 sips, and no one will ever know mommy pays your rent. So next time some square says, "Hey, Jack, Kerouac off somewhere else," you say, "Of course so, I'm Bohemian." Brewed by Steel Reserve Stimulants and American Traditions. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any infections resulting from your identification as a poet. That's what Planned Parenthood is for. Welcome to Toxic Moon Poets. Tonight's feature shares visions he received plucking shards from the Missouri carpet of knowledge. We have a fascinating conversation about being the poem and life on the road. And for those of you who don't know our guest, well, you're in for a treat. Y'all want to hear this Toxic Moon poem perform? This little ditty is called I Wasn't Even Breastfed. I've hollowed the colossus of literature, hurled gas station dog howls with back alley saints and suburban sinners. I've prowled Motel 6 underbelly America, running wildly after beauty. Tomorrow snarling at our backs, and today is all we got, baby. Our stakes are wastelands. Yeah, I know what's up. I know what's good. And ladies, I host an open mic at Chili's. Mop yourselves up. Yeah. Gatekeepers. Keeping me out, but you can't keep my poems at bay. Y'all know what the problem is? Society. Them suits. Them somebodies. Those folks who don't know the orgiastic origins of Dionysus. Troglodyte swine. Britney Spears was the first horseman of the apocalypse. White people came in close second. Now that you know I'm one of the good ones, pass the fedora around. Please find it in your hearts and wallets to give me all your money. Mom raised the rent. Thank you, guys.
Shorter. You're taller than me. What's happening? Okay, well, anyway, that was great. Next up, we have, for the first time, somebody decided they want to come in and play music, and I can't tell a pretty girl no, so Laura, get up here. Do the thing! Come on up. All right, put your hands together for Laura. Yeah, that would be great.
Fair warning, I'm not a very good guitarist. In my defense, I've only been playing for like 7 years. I'm not good because I don't practice and I don't care. I'm a pianist. But this is an original song. Would you like a chair that doesn't have I'll tough it out. I'm not a coward. What if my arms need to rest? pick. All right. Shoot. Thank you. Appreciate it. Got to get her singing too. All right. This is called Shiva Callahan, Fred Hopping Space Commander. She dangled off the grain car, snapstring banjo in her arms. Shiva said, "You'd better hop off now. These tracks won't take you far." And the city passed before us like the best ones passed before us. The road, it seemed to stretch into the sun. Fly a little higher while we're young. Shiva plays it risky, leaves the rum and takes the whiskey. Used to brag that she gave better head than Monica Lewinsky. Runs the bulls around the yard, and she asks if she can kiss me. Who knew that a freight car was a great place to get frisky? As she tangled off the grain cars where my brain was like a wire, Shiva's got a smile to water hells and set the skies on fire. And the city passed before us in our steaming neon rocket ship. Space Commander, drive me to the stars. Asked her if this was the right train. Got the freight train at the 8, Shiva said. They all go westward and said they all go westward anyways, it's all the same. And the city passed before us like a swan song's final chorus. Screaming out. We landed in the evening, you were sleeping on the floor. Space Commander, you don't have to be brave anymore. And the city passed before us, let me tell you, it was gorgeous while it lasted. I was only 17 when it first happened, and no, we weren't bandits. Stood upon the ruined land and ashed my cigarette, smoked till I can breathe again.
Thank you, everybody. We are gonna have a round 2. It might be slightly abbreviated. Before we do that, I was gonna read something serious, but then a bunch of cute girls showed up, so I'm gonna read this one instead. And it's very important that you all get your minds out of the gutter on this one. I promise you. I promise you. It's not about what you think. It's called Treasure Seeking. I am searching for the center of the X, checking and rechecking the map in my hand, trying to find the still beating heart of the sea. When I find it, I will lay bare her temples, take away her treasures, chest filled to bursting, but now I am only looking and near drowning, shovel in hand, map in hand, losing my center, unable to find the spot. I should come up for air, but I stall too long, absorbed, wondering what it would be like to drown in her waters and wake up in my own bed. I wonder if we can power our screens with the renewable energy of dead coal miners spinning in their graves. Oh, that's a Minecraft poem, guys. I said get your heads out of the gutter. Anyway, next up, I'm going to call Michael McAfee, if he's got a second one for us tonight. 1 second. All right. Everybody else who did the open mic, quick raise hand if you have a second round. All right. You good? Come on up.
Again. This is called Analysis. Hello, and welcome to this demonstration of the poem writing application. As this freestyle poem's generated, you'll see how processes can optimize the tasks of making certain that the piece expresses themes by noticing the spots where choice of words is just not up to snuff. Debugging, if you will. The algorithm has been generated and also validated using modes and models that decode and break the flow into reductive parts regressively, examining those parts to estimate how well each piece contributes to the end. The aim of this endeavor is to find how diverse aspects could be automated, which leaves the poet free to okay, it looks like bottlenecks have formed. Don't worry, this is something to expect. The sheer and utter number of ideas that want to be expressed have overwhelmed the program's limits to express them all. No problem, though. I simply have to... well. So this is awkward. Please, if you'll forbear, it seems the questions that I would address on life, the doubts, the fears, etc., have been accumulating for so long that I was unprepared for this occurrence. But this is good. To have an overflow of thoughts is healthy. Having no ideas, now that would be a problem, am I right? In fact, this grants an opportunity to go back to the drawing board and take what we have learned from this experience to make improvements on the basic scheme. Please send me any questions afterward so we don't run past the time we have, but thank you all for coming to this talk, and may you have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, Michael. Up next, we have Andrea Donna. Come on up.
Programmer heart just curled up and died a little bit. Thanks, bud. I'm going to cover something by Sława Szymborska. I don't know who translated it, and I'm sorry. A speech at the Lost and Found. I lost a few goddesses while moving south to north, and also some gods while moving east to west. I let several stars go out for good. They can't be traced. An island or two sank on me. They're lost at sea. I'm not even sure exactly where I left my claws. Who's got my fur coat? Who's living in my shell? My siblings died the day I left for dry land, and only one small bone recalls that anniversary in me. I've shed my skin, squandered vertebrae and legs, taken leave of my senses time and again. I've long since closed my third eye to all that, washed my fins of it and shrugged my branches. Gone, lost, scattered to the four winds. It still surprises me how little now remains. One first person, singular, temporarily declined in human form, just now making such a fuss about a blue umbrella left yesterday on a bus.
We should have more nerd shit. I'm here for this. Up next, we have Tim Gager.
In a few months, Big Table Publishing is going to put out my 19th book, so this is gonna be in it. Star Island, Night 1, 2024. The vessel delivered us, circling seagulls dotted around the island's hotel. A hung picture this, white gull, blue water, the calmness of the completed. Back home where excavators roar, they survive to make noise, digging 6 feet down, covering up serenity with the dirt. There's not kindness to this burial, ignoring what we have laid down. Tonight, the water laps in polite clapping, while a bird joins the choir, its perfect tone, a piece of the congruence. Swiftly, the flash of, can this be real? Damn, it can be.
Thank you. Up next, do you have that second one ready? Yeah, you. Yeah, come on up here. Everybody, here's one.
I lied, I don't have a second one ready. You ready? Okay. Another new one. I'll just go ahead and try it, and I'm gonna butcher it. So let's go. It's called, Is This Counterculture? No, this is Patrick. Basketball game tomorrow. What's lost in a copy? Sucker for that LTO. Did you hear they're remaking all of it? Control F for identity. Next dress is self-care. Face masks are actualization. Actually, Maslow's pyramid is growing. Stretch yourself into code at its base. Regurgitate the Wayback Machine with aesthetic heritage held hostage on Wiki. Dimebag Daryl, dress up first, then justify it retroactively. Aliens versus fishnets. Who would win? What's your brand? Is it cohesive? Are you cohesive? Text post therapy photo dumped consumable in the Banshees. Actually, Reddit user Inner Asparagus cares about your feelings. Is this a HelloFresh ad? A revolution? If you gauge your lobes like super wide, could they be filled with enough mutual aid to end suffering? Can bricks through windows shake foundations? If you never wash your vest, will its patches grease the wheels of progress? And were lemonade fountains actually pissing on cop cars the entire time? Si se puede? 2008, emos attacked north of Mexico City. Share this playlist for Palestine. Surprised Pikachu. Are you a narcissist? A Slytherin, self-diagnosed anarchitty, acid pixie, Afrofuturist? Just a little guy, a goblin. Take this quiz to find out. Algorithm needs to know core. There are horny singles in your area, and they're hunting you, actually. Book a trip, stoned sincerely, ironically medicated, big brain, deep fried, get in loser, we're going, like, subscribing, steal the Declaration of Independence, break the promise of aging, never forget, microtrend reactionaries, hate this one simple trick, fructisoteria, sapphoris, fructus sem, aliquas fructus facisimnus, hodi asoteria, praset sit bet sem, tractus fructus sem, sapphoris, yummy, fructus sem. Past. Yep, that's me. You might be wondering, actually. Thank you.
Up next, he is hiding in the back. We're going to let him up here one more time, everybody. Jeremiah.
I like my little dark side of the moon over there. Hey. Alright, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit and... Hey! Yeah, they stole all my shit, dude. Fucking Pink Floyd. Fucking posers. Yeah, dude, they weren't even fucking real. They didn't exist. Neither did the Beatles. I just learned that today. I was following the Manic Pixie Dream Girl in your poem. This is called I Love You Like an Alcoholic. I'll get codependent with you. Buried in this last-ditch effort to make this shitty town home is the guarantee we won't. Shining, like we are the top note of a double-barrel poem aimed at the moon who just wants to be left alone, but we need a target we can't reach. Our howls hurled like bottles bursting on blurred iron rails, chugging God's country. Besides leaving, what is there to say about towns like this one? Your mother's throat is full of firecrackers. Narcan was too slow to break into my father's prayer. We haven't been to Arizona, but the cotton candy smolder of Sonoran sunsets strike matches in your eyes when you look into mine. Enough spark to burn life in the gray eyes of the Pacific. Enough spark to burn a road through Virginia fields rushing wet and brown. Enough breath to make every lantern in New Orleans roar like my blood when you show the world what they want to be, but are too scared to dance like that, to get mud on their knees, chasing rumors of a life well lived, a song for the ride, a goodbye tuned to the key of rail yard ghosts painting homemade fireworks in boxcars with markers and banjos guiding our hearts back to our chests like you're doing tonight. teaching me Midwest Coast swing. Soft curl of your right hand spins this spacesuit mess of gravel and whiskey around your lead. Our double left-footed years flood these dancing parts illegible, if not for the projector composting in the rear view. I pull it out every now and then and flick through the few slides I've managed to save. Denver, Kansas City, Tucson. My memory is not what it used to be. Erie was the first I love you too. Another possibility, Tampa, on the beach, the one we conquered for the nudists. You danced. The fire blushed. We never did make it to the bay. San Francisco is not what's promised, but there's enough fog to be anything on Mission Street. Since I got out here, I've stopped drinking a dozen times. It never sticks, unlike you. I can't tell what's real or a dream. And if that's the great pity of a life, I'm happy with the sins I got. I'll wash my own feet. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Wrapping it up for us tonight on the open mic, we are gonna get a mic put together for Ethan here so he can perform this thing I see in his notebook. Jeff, you gonna help me out with that? All right.
All right. This is a piece written for opera singer turned pro wrestler. The star on my door is no accident, for I am the grand human resonator. The best you can get at the Met, Teatro alla Scala, Teatro Cologne, the Bolshoi, Sydney, Paris, London. Looking for Donna? I'm the prima. Gaikin, Callis, Bruzo, Caruso, Domingo, Bell, Ringo, Sutherland, Fist in Hand, Merrill and Horn, get ready to mourn. From the orchestra pit to the back row, this mezzo-soprano ain't just for show. Don't need the libretto, I got a special slide in my portamento. La Traviata, La Boheme, Barber of Seville, Carmen, Tosca, is that all you got? I can bring a tear to your eye with just one shot. So get your evening gown, your tuxedo, and be prepared. 'Cause these pipes dominate, vibrate. Like a cheapskate on a blind date, high rate, pupils dilate, backdate, going rate, hot plate, ice skate, pulsate, acerbate, first mate, floodgate, mutate, more than adequate. From overture to encore, this contralto knows the score. Thank you.
How dare you? How dare you cut my sound? Anyway, everybody, that is us for the night. Thank you so much to our feaster, Mustard Barnes. Please check out his work. It's all amazing. Thank you to everybody who read. Thank you to everybody who stayed and listened. We love our audience members. Special thank you to Andrea Donna for helping out at the front desk. She doesn't even work here. Also, thank you to Ann for making sure the cameras are pointed where they need to be. It's really hard. Anyway, this has been the Contro-Verse Open Mic. We are here at Urban every second and fourth Monday until such a time